send out the recording afterwards, so in case some of us miss some of it?
Yeah, well, that's the idea.
Okay.
Well, I emailed Wayne Geiger, and he's not going to be on. So I thought maybe for some of the people that can't make it.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Is Wayne where it's the middle of the night or no?
And Frank Samovich just joined us.
Hello, Frank.
Good
Rob,
evening.
Terry.
I hope it's evening where everybody is. And it's 7 o'clock on ahead. I'm waiting for more people. Nick, is this that next
Is
track?
on.
And Don Anderson.
Yeah, that's
Hi
me.
there, Don.
Hello. Bob, how are you?
All right.
Are you the moderator?
Well, Maureen is. I set this up as far as the Zoom. I had emailed Wayne Geiger a month or so ago, and I says, why don't we do a Zoom call on these days? And after I hung up, I thought about it. Maureen was supposed to have a Cosmos thing in April or March, and it's not going to happen again till next year. So I sent her an email. I says, why don't we do a Zoom call?
Well, you got it going. You got it going.
So I asked her to send out email to all you people to see how many would be interested.
So for those of us who live far away, this is actually awesome. I mean, it'd be fun to be there in person, but
Yes.
let's make it actually do it. It's awesome.
Long time.
It's been a while.
All right. Let me put some pictures back up again, just in case.
What'd you do? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, Charlie Reifenberg and Liz.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. I have trouble at times coordinating the pictures and the slides sometime. I'll let it run through once,
That's a good
and I'll
picture.
stop it.
Bob, you look much younger there.
Yes.
Oh, that's an oldie.
And
So
there's
don't
some
we,
young people too.
so don't we all.
Oh, God almighty.
Wow.
And there's somebody that doesn't need a haircut.
Nice picture.
I'll stop that again.
Very nice.
Okay, Maureen
Back.
Butler's here now.
Oh, finally.
Hello,
Here we go.
Maureen,
No?
Hey, sorry. Every time I sat down, it was like, oh, I forgot my mouse. Oh, I forgot my headset. Okay. Oh, so who we got?
You don't need a mask, Maureen.
I don't know who just came in now. Anne Marie.
Anne-Marie just showed up
Lorraine.
and Lorraine.
Maureen
Yeah.
County.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, Rocky, you made it.
Yes.
This is nice to see
Oh.
so many faces that don't actually come to the place in person.
Right? I know, because I don't think, when's the last time we saw Rocky? Goodness,
No, yeah.
right? I don't know. And Terry, you haven't been there in a couple of years, I think, right?
Yeah. I don't like driving at night. Once everybody retires, you need to do it as a luncheon instead of a dinner.
Right, yeah. One
Yeah,
of
but
these
the
days.
people who work can't usually get out for lunch.
Well, that's what she said, when everybody retires.
Retires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
When
is
will that
on.
be?
Hey, Liz, we can't see you.
Oh
Turn
dear.
your video, Liz.
Hang on.
Okay,
We're hanging on.
Don't hang on too hard.
we're not going anywhere.
Where are you, Maureen?
I'm up at my parents' house.
Oh, you're still there. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Dave Sullivan came in now.
Hello, Dave.
and there's Deb Sullivan, there's
How you doing?
Ed
Wow.
Pines, okay. Ed, we can't see you.
Ed Pines is sitting outside getting a
Yeah.
sunburn.
He's silhouetted.
I got some outdoor weather here. How you all doing?
Hey, Ed.
Hello.
Your picture.
Yeah.
In the upper right corner of your picture.
Hey, Lynn and John, where are you?
There's you.
From New Jersey.
Back in New Jersey, finally. Got back mid-June.
Oh, okay.
That show me then?
When the numbers started going bad in Texas, we came back.
Yeah, that was probably a good idea.
Okay.
Go,
See it?
get out of the picture though.
Oh, there you go, Liz.
There's Liz.
Almost. Yay,
Wow.
there she is.
Ed Pines.
Oh, Ed. Oh, now we can see Ed. Okay.
Hello, hello.
Hey there.
I only see 9 people. Is there a way to see more?
I made.
Click on the picture with your finger. For those with an iPad.
She's
Say that
probably
again?
you're using your laptop, right, Amory?
No, we can't do
Oh.
Zoom on laptops, so I'm on my iPad.
Oh, so
I'm on my laptop,
okay.
but I can only see like a few people at the top and then the one whoever big in the middle and stuff. And I'm not, there's a
Oh, if you
like
click
arrow
on
there, but I have to scroll through, I guess, to see people.
no, you see up at the top, Terry. It says speaker view
Oh.
up in the right. Click on
Oh,
that and go to gallery.
view. Okay.
Well,
Ah.
yeah,
And now there's everybody.
there
Yeah.
you can see. Right,
17.
17 people. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
that's about what we normally get at the reunion.
I think
But-
Dave Sullivan has his second screen tuned to Jeopardy.
He
Maureen?
disappeared. Yes.
I mentioned to everybody I'm recording this unless somebody has a problem.
Oh, I'm okay.
So I'm gonna leave it to you now. It's all yours.
Oh, this is just, let's get together and chat. Ed Miller.
How you doing?
Hey, how are you? I only
This
see you on Facebook.
virtual thing works really well for me. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Are you
I
on an
guess-
Ericsson laptop?
Me?
No.
no, actually, I'm on my personal laptop. I'm very good about separating work
Oh.
from business. You know.
No, okay. My husband's on his laptop, so I can't steal it.
So Ed Pines, you're still with Ericsson, right?
Yeah, I'm still working there.
Yeah, same with me. So yeah,
Just a few of us there.
well, exactly. The hardcore survived.
That's right.
Yeah, my husband got laid off at the end of December, so, but
Oh,
that's okay. He wanted to retire anyway, so we're
So
enjoying it.
worked out, yeah.
Why don't we go through one by one and say where we're living now and what we're doing?
Okay, all right. Well, how about you start then, Bob?
Okay, I'm in Oxford, Pennsylvania. I'm living in a retirement community. My wife is here too, but not right now. We're about 20 minutes away from my daughter's house.
Hey, Paulie.
We're living in a retirement community. So we're living in a duplex, and we've been sort of lucky that we're here during all this pandemic stuff because we get our food delivered every day to our door. We don't have to go out shopping. So we're being treated like kings here.
That's great. Mhm.
But my son in Texas, he's working from home, and my daughter, which is 20 minutes away, is sort of working at home. And if it wasn't for the pandemic or the virus, we'd be up in Canada right now. Right now, the border's closed. We can't go across.
Yep, Canada's smart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
yes,
Barbara's on the top of my screen. And I don't know where Barbara is on everybody else's screen. Let's start with Barbara.
Okay.
Oh, you want
Yeah.
me?
Wake up, Babs.
I can, I can only see one person and myself. I don't know
Oh,
what I'm.
you're on, oh yeah, so you're on an
I'm on
iPad.
an
too.
iPad. Yeah. Is there anything I'm supposed to do or?
Yeah, in the upper left-hand corner, there should be a switch to gallery view.
Oh, wait a minute. Oops.
If you click on the upper
Switch
left-hand
camera.
corner,
Switch to gallery view.
gallery view,
Yeah.
yeah,
Then you should be able to see everybody.
right. But I think you'll only be able to see 9 people like me.
Well,
Oh,
I
we
see
got
nine,
Paul
I see
Capista
9
now.
people, so that's good.
Right. And then there should be an arrow maybe to the right that if you wanted to scroll back and forth.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Barbara, where are
All
you? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm still in Florham Park, and I'm still doing the same things I was doing when I started retiring. When I started my retirement, which is gardening, one of my favorite things, activities at church, and I got back to playing bridge, which I love. And of course, I'm not playing right now because there are no bridge games except online. And I'm doing a lot of cooking and baking at this time, which I like to do because I like to eat. And I still keep in touch with Mitch. We do puzzles every week and just like we used to do.
Right.
I can't think of anything else. My sister lives nearby, my 2 nieces, my nephew's in North Carolina, but better they're there and staying safe. So that's kind of it.
Good.
Who's the last person that came in? It's Mark.
Carolyn Van
Hi.
Rapport.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes,
hi.
yes.
Bob.
She's another
Hi,
one
Barbara. Hi,
we don't
Bob.
see.
Right.
Hi, Maureen.
Hi, Carolyn.
All right.
We had
Thanks.
we were having a family dinner and I just finally got done.
Why don't we go with Terry?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Still in my house in Hopatcong. Like I said, Rob got laid off from Ericsson at the end of December, but he had wanted to retire anyway. So it's like he got to retire a year early because he got a nice severance package. So we've been kayaking, which we did this morning and Monday morning, and walks around town, and I'm out in my vegetable garden. So we're keeping very busy. Kelly just got married this past weekend out in California. We're supposed to be out there now.
Oh,
but,
really?
Oh. I mean, she
That's sad.
had planned like a real wedding that we were going to go
Right.
to. They decided to just go ahead and get married on the date they had picked. And then hopefully next year there'll be an actual, they'll do a vow renewal and Rob can walk her down the aisle and reception and all that stuff. So she's in Petaluma, California, and Molly's on the Upper East Side in Manhattan, she and her boyfriend, and she works in White Plains, he works in Midtown, but they've both been working from home from their apartment since March. So sadly, you're young, they wanted to be in the city, and now they don't get to go do much, but at least they can walk to Central Park and go do that.
That I wish. I envy anybody that can do that. I would be living in Central Park. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Did you have any pictures? I didn't see you post anything on Facebook.
No,
from
she
the
doesn't
wedding.
have pictures yet because it was just like, she and her fiance, the guy that married them, they had a photographer, but they're waiting to get pictures. I mean, she sent me like one picture of her in the wedding dress getting ready, but that was it. So
Yeah.
we're waiting for the pictures.
Okay, Rocky, why don't you go next?
I will post them to Facebook, Maureen, once I get them.
Okay, thanks. Okay, Rocky, sorry.
Really good to see everybody. I haven't seen anybody in a long time. So I'm still here in Passaic. I'm keeping myself busy. I work still, not in computers like I used to, but I work in an office. And it's okay. It keeps me busy because I still have my family that keeps me busy. 7 of my kids are married and have, most of them, I married off one kid this past year. So he doesn't have kids yet, but the rest all have grandchildren that I really haven't seen much in the last few months.
Wow.
This weekend, I'm being brave, and I told 2 families they could come for a barbecue on Sunday because we've Zoomed, but it's not really the same.
Right.
And my every youngest kid in the family doesn't even know who we are because they don't, we haven't seen them in a while.
Wow.
Anyway, so that's, keeping busy, doing that. And Lynn Helmers, I just want to tell you that years and years ago, when we worked together, you gave me a pack and play. You said you were putting it away, you don't need it anymore. I still use it when my grandchildren come. I think of you all the time. Every time I take it out, when someone has a little kid, I take it out and I go, this is from Lynn, and I thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, our baby grandchildren are in California. The others are all grown. So pack and play wouldn't have helped in New Jersey anyway.
My oldest grandchild's going to high school next year. So.
Wow.
Oh my God.
If there is a high school to go to.
Right. So I have to ask, Rocky, how many grandchildren are you up to now?
I'll show you. Take that picture off them. My son's here. He's gonna, my
Okay.
baby's 19.
Okay.
So
What is this, like an 11 by 14 picture or something? It's got to be huge. No.
I don't know if you guys can see
Oh,
it.
wow.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh,
That's such a
that's
good picture.
wonderful.
Oh, wow. That's all the
This is
grandkids?
actually, I don't know, I think I have like well over 20, thank God. And this is an old picture. This is an old picture. It was a wedding years ago.
Oh, my
This
goodness.
is a 3-year-old picture. the one from this past year, he got married right before Corona. So we got the pictures and the proofs, but we never,
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to make pictures from it. Yeah, thank
Okay.
God. Thank God. So I have
Yeah.
2 more to marry off, and then we'll, whatever.
Wait, so who's left? Mordecai and
Mordecai actually got married.
Okay.
You're pretty good. Mordecai's he's the second to youngest, but
Okay.
David,
David,
is
okay.
a couple years older
And
than him.
Yochanan, okay, yeah.
Yochanan,
All right.
yeah.
Let's switch to Bob Silva now.
Okay. Bob Silva?
Bob Silva.
Oh, hi.
Looks like Rocky's knocking on the wall there.
I've been in exile in Florida. I thought you have to move down here by law after you retire, so I complied. And I live on the 13th floor of a building on the beach and have a great view of the hurricanes when they come in.
Oh.
And nothing much happening, just getting older.
Where in Florida?
It's a place called Lauderdale by the Sea, which is the next town north from Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, cool.
It's heavenly.
All right. Ed
Very
Miller.
nice.
Ed Miller, you're up.
Who's up? Ed Miller?
Ed Miller.
Right. So you may remember I moved out of New Jersey in 1998 to northern Vermont, and I'm still there. So I've been working remotely for 22 years, and things have
It's a
changed.
scam.
It is a scam. The amazing thing, I'm still working actually. So I was based out of New Jersey for years with Mike Davies, and then I worked for a guy in Montreal, then a guy in Stockholm, Sweden, and now back to Montreal. So, but I love northern Vermont. I mean, I hike, I Nordic ski, so it's really a great place for me to be. And right now we have the best COVID records on any state in the union. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. All those tourists keep coming in, but
Yeah, I'm going up next week, so
if there's a spike.
be careful. Wear that mask. So by the way, as of August 1st, Vermont's going to require a mask. So no, I'm really, I'm just thrilled with the move, and I can't believe I've been doing this for 22 years remotely. So literally more than half my career. So, and of course now it's the norm. I mean, Ericsson has 115,000 employees, 85,000 are working from home. So for me, the only difference is there's a lot more kids screaming and dog barking in the background. It's the only yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, Mitch. Mitch, you want to go next?
Sure. It's good to see everyone, by the way. I'm still in Toms River, New Jersey. Barbara mentioned we're in contact every week doing our puzzles. And of course, our clubhouse has been closed for over 4 months. So pretty much all activities are shut down except for walking. I can still get my walking group together. And when the weather gets a little cooler, we're going to do more of that. Getting a lot of reading done. I've got 4 grandchildren, 2 of whom are nearby. And we Zoom, but I go over there every once in a while, masks on. And my oldest, in fact, is going to be a sophomore if there is school, and works down at the beach in a little ice cream parlor. What else? Oh, I started writing a book.
Okay. About fiction or nonfiction?
I don't know. The page numbering's all done. That's all I've done so far.
Okay.
What else? Volunteering is actually picking up a little bit. They've started opening up. In fact, we have weekly Zoom sessions with the group I'm with, Caregiver Volunteers. And I've had a couple of jobs already. They sit in the back seat. Everybody's got a mask, and I bring the Purell and the gloves and all that sort of thing. So we're doing fine. My wife is bored. I could do another couple of years of this, to be honest with you, but that's me. And that's it.
Okay, how about the Helmers?
Yep.
Okay, I'll start. So we live in 2 places. Our primary is still Morris Plains, New Jersey. And we have a second home in Flower Mound, Texas. We actually were stuck in Texas for almost 4 months during the pandemic. The numbers in Texas at that time were wonderful. And in June, when things started to go bad, we drove 20 hours to come home. Glad to be back in New Jersey. We used to travel back in the old days when you could get on a plane. And I'll give you a quick rundown. 7 grandkids. The oldest one just graduated college, our first female electrical engineer in the family. She was given awarded a doctoral fellowship, so she'll stay in school, have her master's next spring, and hopefully when she turns 25, she'll have her PhD in electricals. And we have a chemical engineer, sports management business, and an astrophysics major, 4 in college. And then we have a soon-to-be 4-year-old granddaughter in California and a set of 2-year-old twins, all by our youngest son, John Paul. So he was a late bloomer. And that's it. And John can tell you what he's been doing.
Whatever Lynn says.
Right.
Yes, Lynn has a honey-do list,
Yeah.
but I did like 45 bags of mulch. Lynn doesn't care about
I
the
don't do
outside,
mulch. Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's how I take out my frustration. I go
There
out. But we're both retired, Lynn for an eternity. And
16 years.
right.
Wow.
Loving it. Loving it.
And I guess it's been 3 years. I kind of ended my career as I started my career. You know, I started with New York Tel right before there was a strike, and I ended with Verizon right after there was a strike. And they sent me to pole climbing school at 66. So
Oh my God.
For 45 years, I avoided pole climbing school, but I had to go to pole climbing school in order to do strike duty. But I did it, so it was a lot of fun.
All right.
Neat.
Frank Samovich.
I've been down here in Little Lake Harbor, New Jersey, which is about, 25 miles, 25 minutes south of Tom's River, those who know where Tom's River is. Charlene and I have been down here about 10 years now, and I retired about 8 years ago. And up until the pandemic, what the great thing about down here was living in a retirement community is that we could do a lot of day trips, if you will, from this location to various places. And that's what we've been kind of doing up until, I said, the pandemic. And also, you know, we get back to North Jersey whenever possible to visit brothers and sisters. And of course, to Long Island for Charlene's family. And of course, I've been doing, you know, several little projects here at home to keep me busy, but nothing overly exciting, but enough to, I guess, keep me out of trouble.
There you go.
All right. Nick, you're up next.
Okay, hi. So
Hi,
I
Nick.
continue to live in Bedminster, New Jersey. Our president comes to visit his golf club every so often. Thank God he hasn't come over to the house. We're happy with that.
Have you been buzzed with any fighter jets? Because we've had fighter jet planes flying over the lake because planes got into the restricted zone. So we've had that happen a couple of times lately.
Yeah, every so often we have 3 helicopters fly over, which I think is part of the routine to bring him out to the golf course.
Of course.
Personal note, my wife and I a few years ago started taking up golf. So we belong to a different golf club in the area.
That's good.
And we're learning and enjoying and sweating and being frustrated at times. But it's a nice outdoor sport. So we have, between us, those of you may know, my first wife passed away in 98, and I've remarried. And between us, my new wife has 2 children, and I have 2 children, and they're spread on the 4 corners of the United States. And we now
have 9 grandchildren, and they are further spreading across the United States. And of course, at this point in time, we don't really see them other than like we're doing here via a Zoom of some kind, or what's that thing on the telephone?
Oh, FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know, not too much travel. I keep busy with some, I made up a little software project for myself that I'm working on. My wife continues her interior decorating business, although at somewhat of a distance, of course. So we're hanging in there, hoping for better days.
Yep.
Near future.
Okay, Don Anderson next.
Oh, hi.
I didn't mean to wait you.
It's wonderful to see everybody here. It's happy to be able to recognize most everybody. Happy to be here, happy to be anywhere. But I'm glad to see Mitch too, because I wanted to talk to him about that car he sold me.
Remember that. Want to buy a car?
Hey, Mitch, I actually owe you money because I sold it at a profit to I sold it at a profit to a company called Rent-A-Wreck. And so it could very well still be on the road.
You know, I think I bought it back.
Anyhow, and I see Mr. Walmer down there in the corner, at least down in my corner there, but I had trouble recognizing him because he usually wears a MAGA hat. And
No, Al Walmer? No.
I don't think
That's Ed Pines in a corner.
That's Ed Pines, though. So Al's not on. I thought he was going
Yeah.
to join.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
So Don, are you still living where you were before?
Yes. I'm still exactly where I have always been for the past 35 years or so. And I'd love to go see some of the other very nice places in the country, but there's too much junk in the house, and it's impossible to move. So we're here, but we've got about half the nearby family here, and then the other half is in Colorado. And like a lot of other people, we're dying to go out there, but it's difficult to travel at the moment. I just got a word from the lady of the house who you might hear some mixing and pot banging going on in the next room, but she seems to have her hands full right now. So it's we're pretty well rooted, and glad to be able to have the family close by, or half the family class close by, and the other half we try to get to see whenever we can.
Good. Maureen, you're next.
Oh, I'm next? Okay. So I'm still in New Jersey technically, but I've been up at my parents' house up in the Catskills since March, the middle of March. We were told to stop coming in about March 18th. It would be for 2 weeks. So I thought, oh, I'll just come up here for a couple of weeks. I haven't gone back yet. So, so I'm still up here, and it's just me. My mother's down in Florida because last year we just got to a point where she couldn't be on her own anymore, but she's coming up in a couple of weeks. I guess it is a week from tomorrow, actually. So it's a week away. And so that'll be interesting having her back in the house because I'm used to being on my own here. And yeah, so Yeah, it's quiet, but my brother has retired from Verizon and he's moving next door. He has a house that he's used for like a summer house for years. So he's back and forth. My sister-in-law's up. The kids have been back and forth. And I have an aunt that lives nearby, so I see her. I did her food shopping during the worst of this. And, you know, I've gotten into bird watching. I've got, and Amory can attest to this, I send out emails and pictures all the time. I've got bird feeders. I'm on my 4th bird feeder now that I bought in the last 4 months. And those birds just go through birdseed like you would not believe. But it's like little, I don't know, forest creatures. I've got Gil the hamster, and I've got, what do I call him? Mr. Chips the chipmunk, and there's bunnies. There are bunnies all over the place now. All of a sudden, they're coming out of the woodwork. And of course, there's deer, there's wild turkey. So I love sitting by the window and drinking my coffee in the morning and watching the life go by outside. It's fun. So that's basically where I'm at. I'm still at iConnective, at least for the time being. Yeah.
And Maureen, I love the pictures you post on Facebook. They're really
Nick, yeah.
quite nice.
Yeah, I see them too.
I love to watch them.
Anne-Marie, you're up next.
Hello, everyone. Let's see. Been working. Still work for Ericsson and through Global Logic, so I'm still a contractor. Haven't been working. I actually have been working from home since March. That took a while to get used to. It took me a good 2 months to get into some type of routine because I felt like I was working like all day and all night, and I didn't know when to shut it off. So, but I'm kind of in a groove now, so I try and get out, you know, at lunchtime for a walk. I do Zumba at night. I go for another walk at night. So I had to get into a routine, and it's forced me to cook dinner every night, which I didn't really care for. So yeah, I mean, we've been doing projects around the house. So COVID's been good for that. You know, painting and gardening, lots of gardening. My garden looks beautiful. I actually grew grass. You know, we had bare patches of grass. So I've been spending a lot of time outside and when I can. And other than that, I mean, I haven't had a day off since January, which is why I'm going to Vermont next week.
So use it or lose it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Lorraine Coffey.
Hi. So I'm in Scotch Plains, and back when I worked in Whippany on Cosmos, there was a short period. It was like one session, and I think Amory might have also done this, where we went to a hotel on Route 10 and did water aerobics in the hotel.
Yeah,
yeah. And ever since then, which was decades ago, I wanted to do water aerobics, but I never did it while I was working. So when my job was offshore, that was the first thing I did was join the Y, and I was doing water aerobics regularly and really enjoyed it. But the Y's been closed since all this happened, so I haven't been able to do that. So instead now, not far from me is the Watchung Reservation, which I always kind of drove around the exterior of or through the one of the roads that went through it, but never walked it. So I've been walking that instead, which is really rather interesting. And not the past few weeks though, it's been too hot, but I hope to get back to that. That's it.
I forgot about that water aerobics class. We used to do that at lunchtime, right?
I think we went at lunchtime, and it was only for like a few months we signed up. That's what I remember, like one session or something.
All right, so who's next? Dave Sullivan, I guess?
Dave's got to unmute. Unmute.
Where is he? Yeah, Dave, you're on mute. Oh, there you go.
You got it. Yeah, we're hanging out here in Mars Plains, not too far from Liz, who I don't see once in a blue moon, but that's okay. We're social distancing as neighbors, so you know. But,
we lose Bob Struzek?
We did.
Oh, there he is. He's back. Okay.
Maybe he'll come
there
back.
You are.
My computer just decided to reboot on me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So it's good to see everybody here remotely or what otherwise. We've been doing, with our church, we've been doing Zoom coffee hours. We've been doing church services online that are pre-canned, and that kind of thing on Sundays. And but I'm the one that goes to the store, the post office, the drugstore, and the bank. So, it's pretty much my roots. The only difference today is we drove up to Newton, New Jersey, and B had a MRI for something. Other than that, we haven't gone too far from home. This is, I don't know if you can see this. This is my grandchild. He's going into 8th grade. And my son, they just bought another house. It's probably has another bedroom and probably an extra bath and a half, which they didn't have before, which comes in handy. And he's still working as an architect in Richmond. And so he's been working at home along with his wife. And so they're doing okay down in Richmond. And we get to see the neighbors. One of my neighbors went away down to Long Beach Island. So I'm collecting his mail. So I haven't read any of it, but anyway, I'm doing that. And again, it's great to see everybody. I guess Carolyn and I talked, what, a week or two ago? We had a pretty good conversation.
Yep.
And I took some notes. I'm not going to read them back.
It's all private.
He's got quite an extended family also, so I won't repeat that. But anyway, it's good to see everybody, and so far everybody's staying healthy here for the most part, and it's good to see everybody. So take care.
Good, you too. All right, so I think yeah, we lost Bob again. So Liz. Oh, there he is.
He's back.
I'm on my iPad now.
Oh, okay. You look like you're up in the sky. Okay.
Or up in the clouds, at least.
Yeah.
Floating. My computer died.
Oh.
Too much talking, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Can everybody continue on?
Yeah, we're up to Liz.
Okay, Liz.
Okay, so before the pandemic hit, the greater part of the end of last year and then early part of this year, we were pretty active with our museum, Morris County Museum. Last year, it became the only museum in New Jersey that's an affiliate with the Smithsonian. So it was a big celebration with that. And we go to a lot of exhibits and receptions and lectures and movies. And then when the pandemic hit, they did a lot of things online. So that was a good way of continuing this. And they just opened up. So I haven't gone yet, but they have some pretty fabulous exhibits going on right now.
This is the Morris Museum, Liz?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for anybody who's never been there, it is quite the place.
It is, yeah.
It's unbelievable. And they have a new director and a new curator as about 2 years ago. And they have brought in phenomenal exhibits. I mean, they had a glass blower from Murano come, and we love glass.
Taglia Pietro? Was that his name? Yes, that was awesome.
And the thing that amazed me about that exhibit was in the video, a man by the name of Chihuly, who's from the northwestern part of the United States, who I thought was like the best in the world, said that this Italian guy was the best in the world. And he was at the reception bringing all these pieces over that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
And I went over to him and I said, thank you for coming to our little museum in Morris County. But anyhow, we've been doing lots of house projects and painting and moving furniture around and emptying closets that I don't think saw the light of day in the last 35 years and finding strange things like, who bought that? Where did this come from? And making piles. We have piles everywhere to donate. I'm waiting for the library to open so we can bring boxes over there, and clothing going another place, and kitchen stuff going to another place. And what else can I say? Oh, and before, just as the pandemic was hitting, we were going to be renovating our bathrooms. So we had started to work with the designer and then started to pick out things, and then everything shut down. So now things have opened up, but you have to make appointments. In some places you can only go for half an hour, so it's like, this is the first time you're looking for something, they say, well, you can be in for half an hour. And we just got
back, Anne-Marie, don't be jealous. We just got back from a lake in Western Maryland. Doug's sister has a place down there. And we decided they were safe, we were safe. So we went down for a week and it was wonderful. It was perfect weather, gorgeous during the day and cool at night. And they have a speedboat, a sailboat, and 2 kayaks. So it's like being at a resort. And it was, we didn't go out to eat. We cooked in the whole time. And you could see people out on the lake or see people walking when we did our loop in the morning. But you were never with people. It was just the 4 of us. So it was a really good break. I'm sorry?
Was that Deep Creek Lake?
Yeah.
That's where you went.
Beautiful lake. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. Years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's about it. Just deloading files, getting rid of junk, trying to, not that we've any hope to ever move, but if we ever had to, God help us. So got to get rid of some of the stuff sometime. Right. So this was a good time to do it.
Well, say hi to Dougie for me.
I will.
I remember Dougie.
I will say hello to Dougie. He's still racing, so.
Okay.
He's up like him. I'm sorry?
I was going to say Ed Pines. Let's go to Ed now. Ed?
Ed's on, you're on mute, Ed.
We can see you. Unmute yourself, Ed.
There we are.
There you go.
Did I get called on?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you got called on.
Well, yeah. Hello.
Earth to Ed, Earth to Ed.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, okay.
Can't see
Anyway,
you.
great to see everybody.
can't
As it
see
turns
you
out,
too
I'm
well,
also
though.
living in Morris Plains, and the cool thing about Morris Plains is you walk around, sometimes you run into John or Lynn or Dave Sven. This whole, you never know. Also, I live over the corner from where Bob Rogue used to live. I don't know if anyone's in with him, but we saw a for sale sign on his house probably half a year ago. So he may have moved. I don't know if anyone's into with Bob. Also live very close to Joe Cloutier, but I've seen him in a long time since, I guess he was still at Lucent, so I don't know if he's in touch.
He's on my list,
nope.
but his email always bounces, so I don't have a good email address for him.
Oh, okay. I only have his loose email address, and I'm feeling that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I think that's the one I have too.
Yeah. And I haven't got the gumption to knock on his door, but I'll give it a try.
All right, if you do,
I'm still feeling shit at Ericsson, like if I'm in the new Piscoy office. So at least already I usually see Sue Ann and Andy down there until they closed in March. Used to see Maureen. Maureen, of course, at iConnective. We're moved out to Lord knows where soon.
We're up in Bridgewater now. Yeah.
There's a Bridgewater now, or at least would be if anyone went to the office. Other news is, let's see, my wife and I became grandparents just actually about a month ago. But similar to the issue Bob Struzek mentioned, little granddaughter lives in Canada. Can only go there if we go through a 4-day quarantine. We have not figured out how to do that. But other than that, I can't complain. Life is good. What was that?
I says they won't even let us across. Yeah.
Right.
It has to be essential.
We found out you can get an exemption if you have a family member there. So having son there would do that, but you're still required 14-day quarantine.
Right.
So it's not that much of an exemption. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, Paul,
that's it from my end. Great to see you all.
Okay, Paul Capista.
Everyone, like Maureen, I'm working for iConnective, which is subsidiary at the moment of Ericsson. We'll see what happens. And like Anne-Marie, I think I had a big adjustment the first month. It was difficult, kind of breaking away. Like you really don't have, you get in your car when you're in the office and you drive home, and that's your way of breaking away from work. And it was hard to do that. But I've also now adjusted well to working from home. I think I'm going to have a hard time going back.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really enjoying it, but I do find myself working more hours probably than I did before, but that's fine. I don't have my hour commute sometimes, with traffic. So that's, going into the office and getting home. My children are doing well, all doing well in their professions. And, we had a vacation in May, which we had to cancel to Florida. We are going to the Outer Banks next month in North Carolina, and we will be quarantining for 2 weeks when we come back, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I think the only impact will be there's really no impact because I go with my family, and my family has been coming over. We have a pool, so we've been able to enjoy time with the kids and my two sisters and my nieces and nephews, having them come here. And they're going to be with us in North Carolina, so we can continue to do that. But we'll, stay away from other folks while we're, back for 2 weeks. And I'm just, miss playing golf. Haven't really had the opportunity to do that too much between work and it wasn't available to us. And I'm also, like Sharon and I play in a billiards league on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, and we missed that because that's been shut down. So I'm not doing that. But, doing a lot of walking in place of going to the gym. So nice seeing everybody.
You too. How's Sharon?
I have to apologize.
Sharon's doing better. Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's our last one?
Carolyn.
Too.
So hi, it's really great seeing everybody. Whoever thought it'd be like this. So I don't know, maybe some of you know, maybe most of you don't know, but after being in Vermont and Charlotte for 20 years on the farm, enjoying the horses, the dogs, the cats, everybody, enjoying having Ariel as part of our life, and her daughter Sophia, who went from 0 to now 17. It's hard to believe. David and I moved down here to Florida to be with our daughter Jessica and his other daughter Vanessa, who's down here, and our granddaughter Aaliyah, who just gave us our first great grandson, Brett.
Congratulations!
Brett. He was born on December 30th. Is there a December 30th person here? Barbara, you just you're like December 16th or 12th or something. No, Liz is December. Barbara's the 20th. That's what you are, yeah.
The 20th, the same
yeah,
day.
Yeah, my
that
parents' wedding
got
anniversary.
married in a blizzard in upstate New York.
Yep.
And my mother always told me it was 12 degrees when she went to the hospital to have me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the same it was in my parents being married in Central Square a couple years before. Anyway, we have he was born the day before my birthday, which was like really cool, and he's like 7 months old now. It's totally crazy, but we've been sneaking little family time together because we're all COVID free. Right now Ariel is down here with us. She and Sophia flew out of good old Vermont where there's no cases, the green zone, into the hotbed of Florida, which it's really not bad where we are here in Martin County. But they came down because David has not been doing that well. And finally, he ended up with a condition that helped diagnose a lung cancer he has, which is a really rare one. And we actually start doing radiation and chemo on Monday. So yeah, my life has been going through PT and going to doctors and but enjoying the baby, enjoying the girls and their spouses and the weather. It's a little warm in July, but last summer we got to go to Vermont and Rhode Island, but this summer for some reason that's all out the window. But I got my Ariel here to help me out, and so we'll be fine. So it was nice seeing everybody, and we'll do it again sometime.
Okay. I think Steve Radke joined us, right?
Yeah, Steve, you're on mute.
Steve, you're next.
Anybody heard from Wayne Geiger?
What have you been doing, Steve?
Well, Steve, you're on mute. Steve, you're on mute. We can't hear you. There we go.
There you go.
I thought muting me was part of the plan.
That was the plan. That actually was the plan.
So we've just been going around. You're the last one in, so you get to tell us what's up with. Oh no, who just came in?
Oh, Bob again.
Bob again. All right. He's back on his computer now. Okay. All right, Steve, go ahead.
Well, it's so nice to see everybody, and this is an improvement over the last conference call I was on, which kind of got off track with technical considerations dominated the discussion, but I guess you've been talking about what recent things have come in our
Yeah, just,
in
you
our
know, what you're
way?
up to, where you're living now, what's been going on.
Okay, I have been for 10 years a resident of Cape Cod. We had an early retirement. I have Parkinson's disease, and that was a shock when I was diagnosed. I was depressed about things for a good year, but I had some help from a therapist, and I got onto medication that was helpful to me. My wife and I had always planned on retiring and going to Cape Cod and maybe breeding dogs. So we got out here in Cape Cod, and we found that the house that we wanted to buy had a barn associated with it. So we renovated the barn into a kennel, and we've been taking rescue dogs from down south and placing them with people who are looking for puppies up here. We've placed 500 puppies in the years since we've been doing that. But with the COVID virus, we had a concern that if either of us were taken with it, it'd be too much to have a kennel full of puppies to take care of in addition. So we've been stalling off on getting more puppies in the meantime. But the other thing that was a change for me was getting into a program called Rock Steady Boxing, and it's boxing for people with Parkinson's disease. They found that the exercise and the attention to balance and upper body, lower body strength training was something that was very helpful to people with Parkinson's. So I was wrapped up with that for up until they closed down the gym in February here up in Massachusetts. And they're just reopened last Monday, and I haven't been to the gym yet. I'm still a little bit concerned about their program and their care of keeping the equipment clean. And I hope to catch up to it after the thing gets established, the program gets established and reestablishes itself. So that's something that I've been doing. It's my wife and I have settled in here. We don't see our children. My wife has a daughter who's in New York, and I have two sons. One's in Burlington, New Jersey, and one is in Denver, Colorado. So I have brothers and sisters spread all over, and we were doing Zoom calls and playing silly party games. So that has been my way of getting in touch with my family and keeping in touch with them. But
you know, but we're saying Ariel does her job. He's like Ariel's also.
Who's speaking? Because I can barely hear you.
It might be my daughter in the other room.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to us. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I didn't see anybody's mouth moving, and I'm like, talking. Okay.
I'm going quiet out there. It's nice having her here, but.
Ventriloquist.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was just looking. I didn't get a chance to look at my personal email all day today, and I did get an email from Al Wilmer. And he says, I haven't forgotten, but I've got my grandson with me for a few days and I won't be able to make the Zoom. Please express my regret to the rest of the Zoomers. And Sue Ann was supposed to also be on, but apparently, okay, so this is the first time I'm reading this. I've been working through some vertigo issues off and on the past couple of weeks. Yesterday was difficult. Today a little better, but not great. So depending on how I feel, I may or may not attend Cosmos Palooza tonight. Say hi to everyone for me if I don't show. So hi from Sue Ann, hi from Al. And Lori was having a treatment today, so she's down in Philly. She wasn't sure what time she was going to get back at, and if she got back in time, she was going to try and join. But if she's not on by now, I have a feeling she's probably exhausted and she's not going to join. But she's doing pretty good. I think I sent the picture, everybody. She had her oldest daughter, Carly, had a baby girl the last Sunday of June. Was that the 30th, I think, maybe? So little Ada. So she's doing good. And my friend Nancy went to visit her Monday on her birthday. Nancy lives on a farm out, oh shoot, I forgot the name of the town, but out towards the Delaware River, but closer to Lori than I am. And she brought Lori a big basket of all sorts of vegetables and fruits and flowers from the farm. So she sent me a picture of Lori sitting on the porch, and she looked really good. So, so she's doing good.
All right.
Yeah, that's, let me just, yeah, I mean, talk, but let me just see if I got email from anybody else.
So Mitch, I'm right next to Port St. Lucie and Jensen Beach. I thought it means something to you.
Did anybody hear from Wayne Geiger? Doesn't he live in the villages?
Yes.
No, he's way up north.
I've done email with Wayne. I tried to convince him to join us tonight, but he didn't want to. So he's living down in Florida. He says the heat is getting to him. And
he's getting what? Who?
The heat.
Yeah, it's really, really hot, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Well,
and his wife
we're
is
going to get some wind breeze.
into growing all kinds of oriental vegetables. So
maybe next time.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob,
no, go ahead, Lynn. Go ahead.
Bob, did you say you have one of your children lives in Texas? Bob Struzik? Did we lose him?
Give me that question again.
One of your children you said lives in Texas?
Yes, Houston.
Oh, okay.
He works for Dow Chemical.
Okay.
So he's right on he's in Houston, right on the border, 2 blocks away is out of Houston. He's on the south end of
Okay, we're in the Dallas area.
Okay. Yeah, he's been in Houston since he got out of college in 1985.
Wow.
I have one granddaughter there who is 10 years old. And my son is 59 years old now.
That's okay. That's okay.
Scary numbers.
Yeah.
He's been running.
Never
My
too late.
daughter's 57 and she has 2 children. My granddaughter is a freshman in Temple, if it ever opens again. So, and my grandson is 16. He's still in high school. He's a soccer nut. So he's refusing to wear a mask playing soccer. So anyways, we're enjoying ourselves here. We're in the middle of Amish country. I can sit in my backyard and the main highway is behind me. And the Amish go by with their buggies.
Oh.
And on a weekend, it's courting time. And the Amish go by. The ones that don't have a beard are the ones that are the males that are courting, and they're allowed to go on a weekend on a date.
So, Bob, are you in Intercourse, Pennsylvania? There's Intercourse and blue balls. The Amish have a great sense of humor.
Well, I was going to ask, do the women who have beards, are they married or not?
That's off the table.
My daughter does a lot of work for the Amish. My daughter was a chemical engineer and decided to quit being a chemical engineer and became a therapist. And she does something called Reiki.
Oh yeah, yep.
And she has a big clientele of Amish.
Really?
Yeah, she'll
I'd
go to
never
one
thought that.
Amish house,
Huh.
and all the neighbors will come over for treatments. So during this pandemic, she comes in with air purifiers. They have to open up all the windows, and she has trouble getting them to wear masks. But she's still doing it, but being very cautious. So it's an interesting area.
It is.
We're south of Lancaster.
Huh.
So, anyways, I'll be quiet.
No,
I've been
that's
going-
I'm like, who's got a harp? But it's Don Anderson, but it must be the back of his chair. Okay. Doesn't that look like a harp?
No, I thought he had a harp too before.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe
Yeah.
it is. Maybe he'll play for us, you know? Or maybe I shouldn't ask. I don't know.
Well, maybe they're calling us from heaven.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, I think we've heard from everybody, right? Yeah, we have.
Yes.
So, yeah, the only other two people, I'm sorry?
Maureen, I was just going to say, I heard from Jane Christiani the other
Yeah.
day. She wanted to be on, but the evenings are not good for her because she goes to her mom's house, which is not too far from where she lives, every night to help her mom, who's well into her 90s.
Oh, wow.
So she couldn't join, but
Okay. Yeah.
maybe another time she'll be able to.
Okay, good. Yeah, and the only other person I had heard from a while ago was Mary Lou Manconi, and apparently she doesn't have a laptop, she only has a phone, and she wasn't sure how much data this would use. So she didn't want to join.
I used to.
And there were a bunch of other people that said yes, but I don't know what happened to them. So
I used to run into Mary Lou Manconi in the Whippany Diner occasionally. So she's doing okay. I haven't, of course, seen her recently.
Right.
But we still get takeout from the diner. So.
So.
Anything else anybody's got exciting to tell us?
Actually, I'll share something that happened last week.
Okay.
I sprained my left shoulder last week.
Ooh.
Kickboxing. I was kickboxing. And apparently some of those uppercuts and jabs I did a little too vigorously and ended up at the doctor on Friday. And he wanted to know how I sprained it. And I said, well, and he thought I was joking.
Was this at home? Were you doing this at home?
Yeah.
Lynn, you should have seen the other guy, right?
Well, I think he's sitting right next to her. So,
What does John have to say about this, sir?
Yeah, John's hiding the bruises.
You know, our kids continually remind us that we have to go by our chronological age, not the way we look, not the way we feel, and certainly not the way we act.
You're only as, what is it? You're only as old as you're only, I don't know, whatever that phrase is. You don't know what I'm trying to say.
We're all young at heart.
We're all young at heart. I like that. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Well, thank you, Bob and Maureen, both of you
Yes.
for arranging this.
Yes.
Well, definitely thank Bob because he's got the Zoom account, which I don't have. So
Yes, we can talk all day if we wanted to. We have up to 100 people.
Should we do this like in the near future? I mean, this is really awesome. Should we like not wait a year?
I like that idea.
Why not in a couple of months, right? Maybe
maybe like in
join.
October. Yeah, we could do another one. Yeah.
We got together. I was on another Zoom call the other day with the SOAC group that I used to work with Steve Newfield and some of those people I used to work with. So that was a lot smaller group, obviously.
Yeah, well, hopefully we do it again. Some more people will join. We'll tell them how good this was.
Exactly, right.
Oh, there you go.
Success breeds success, right? So-
That's right, yes. And speaking of success, you didn't mention, although I know it was, a couple of years ago, Ed, your daughter was an Olympian.
Yes. Yeah, my older
So
daughter was.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, she was on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
In South Korea. So that was pretty
So
awesome.
cool.
Nordic skiing.
Wow.
Oh.
So she did not get the race. She was a last minute. She was like a fill-in. And the good news is nobody got hurt. The bad news is nobody got hurt. So she did not get the race.
Yeah.
But she's still an Olympian. So yeah.
Yeah. And you went to South Korea, right?
I did not. No.
Oh, you didn't go.
I struggled,
Okay.
and it was really not worth it. It was a long logistical mess. I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So she just retired from professional skiing though. She's now she now has a real job. But thank you for remembering that, Maureen. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. I actually like watched to see if I could figure out if she was going to ski. It's the first time I've ever paid any attention to Nordic skiing. You know?
It's not something the U.S. focuses on yet. So she would have been in the very last race. But the good news is no one got hurt or sick. So
yeah,
but still, it was quite an experience. Thank you. Yeah.
As I said before, I'm recording this. If anybody should want a copy, hopefully it works.
Okay.
And you can let Maureen or myself know, and I'll see if I can ship you a copy. So,
it might be too big, but we'll see. Yeah.
So maybe you can place it on some, like maybe
a cloud server or
something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the cloud server. That's where it's going now.
And more importantly, the people who are not on the call, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you give me the link, you know, I'll just send you to the mailing list. Yeah.
It's not going on my computer. It's going up in the cloud.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And it's crazy. My computer died when I went to my iPad. That became the administrator, and I can't hang up from the iPad because that's the administrator now.
Gotcha.
And this computer, I'm just one of the other people. So that's why there's two of me now. I can't get rid of the other one.
He's multiplying.
Yep.
Yes. All right.
It was
It's
good
been a
seeing
pleasure having
everybody.
everybody here. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
And I'm glad everybody was able to be here.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, we'll set something up in the fall.
Thank you all.
Great idea.
Say hi to my brother if you see him.
I will.
I haven't seen him in 6
will.
months.
All right, guys.
You guys can continue talking if you want. You don't have to leave.
And Lynn, I'll see if I can get in touch with your folks.
Okay. Hey, they just celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
But we couldn't go.
I'll call them. Thank you.
Okay. Be safe.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you again.
Okay, you're
Okay.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're going down to
Bye, Steve. It's good
the
seeing
end
you.
here. I see the hand of God. All right. I'll see you, Bob Silva.